In this video, we're looking at simple cubic equations in the form of ax cubed equals c. So a cubic equation involves a variable that has been cubed or to the power of 3. So the highest power of the variable in the equation is 3, hence the cubic equation. So examples are x cubed equals 12, 2n cubed plus 1 equals 25, d cubed minus 14 equals 4, and so forth. The cubic equation x cubed equals c has one solution. Unlike squared equations or quadratic equations, this has only one solution. So we need to solve each cubic equation. So in the same way that when you have something squared, you square root it to remove it, you do the same here. If you have something cubed, you cube root it. So x to the power of 3, the 3 and the cube root are opposites. They're inverse operations, so they cancel each other out. So down here, if I have a cubed equals 1331, I need to cube root both sides. That cancels out to the power of 3, so I'm left with a equals the cube root of 1331, and that comes out as 11. So if a positive answer goes in, if positive in, we get a positive out. Now, in the next example, you'll notice that we're putting a negative in, and you'll notice we're going to get a negative out. Alright, so what goes into the cube root is what comes out. Positive in, positive out, negative in, negative out. So here we have 5m cubed equals negative 75. We need to remove our 5 first. Now remember, 5m is the same as 5 times m. So we're going to divide both sides by 5. My m cubed remains, and I get negative 75 divided by 5. And that gets me negative 15. We then can focus on getting rid of the cube. So m is left over, and we get the cube root of negative 15. Now this doesn't have an exact solution, so if I was told to leave it as a surd, I would leave it as this. But if I was told to round it to one decimal place, I would go negative 2.466 for 3 decimal places there. So this is the 3 dp. Okay? Depends on what you're asking the question, so make sure you read it carefully. If it says exact form, leave it as your surd. Okay, let's do this one. So again, let's get rid of the positive 46 by doing the opposite, which is negative. We get 5t cubed equals negative 370, take away 46. Now remember, if you have a negative and you're taking away a negative, it becomes a bigger negative. So we get negative 416. We then focus on getting rid of the 5, so let's divide both sides by 5. So t cubed equals negative 83.2. And then finally, we cube root both sides. And we get t equals negative 4.37 if I round to 2 decimal places. To recap the video, remember an equation in which the highest power of the variable is 3 is called a cubic equation. So x cubed equals 12, 2m cubed plus 1 equals 25, and so on. So remember, your inverses are, if you have an x cubed, the inverse operation is cube root. And remember, if a positive goes in, a positive comes out. If a negative goes in, a negative comes out.